What's up, y'all? This is JT. I'm out in the wind and the cold weather because my car's been running really rough and it's been pushing codes about running lean. And so what you do in these types of situations is do some visual inspection. Obviously this one right here is cracked. I don't think this one leaks too bad, but it's part of the recirculation system, like the PCV. And also there's another one right back here that might be leaking. See, there's a little crack in that hose. Might be leaking, but on the other end of that hose, I found a major leak. And it goes to right here. And oh, it looks fine, it looks fine. No, it's not. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to get this part, and I don't think I want to pay the prices that they want for this tiny. It's just a plastic hose that runs back there to the other side. You can see it running. It goes this way, right there. And so what I'm gonna do is possibly mix up some epoxy if I can find some. I usually have some laying around. And then I'm gonna clean this really well. And I'm gonna epoxy around it and then use electric tape or duct tape, whatever I can find. Electric tape's probably a better choice. But the electric tape's just gonna give it some strength to allow the epoxy to do its thing. But if that doesn't work, then I'll have to go to the parts store or possibly a junkyard to get a couple pipes, which I hope I don't have to do. I'm also going to put the epoxy on this, just clean it really well. That's why I got me a can of O'Reilly's Brake Clean for $2.99. And then continue to visually inspect every possible one that could be leaking, which there is a lot of. There's all these connectors here. Could be leaking in any one of these. So once I get some of these fixed, like this one and this one, I'm gonna spray these around the hoses, or spray the brake parts cleaner around the hoses. And if the engine revs up, then it will indicate another vacuum leak, and also check all these hoses for cracks or broken. And where it goes in, check to see if the boot is good. And that's pretty much where I'm going to start. So I got to get some stuff and then we'll get started on this. Okay, what I have here is super glue fix-all adhesive, and it's actually what I use to glue this mirror on. But one thing that it does is it kind of stays permeable. Not really when it's cold. It gets a little bit brittle, but for the most part it stays pretty permeable. And my epoxies, what they do is they get really hard, and I'm not really sure that they'll glue to this. Now the other option I have is to use a rubber cement for like Tire Patch Kits, from Tire Patch Kits. But I don't know if I trust that. Not in this type of situation. Because what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to put some glue in the crack, and then I'm going to put it all the way around and then just electrical tape the crap out of it, because the electrical tape's going to give it most of the strength, and hopefully the glue holds. And also I'm going to put like a little dab right along this seam right here, so if it becomes a problem, all I got to do is, it's not too hard to remove, but hopefully if there is a little bit of leakage right there, it'll take care of it. Now on this one in the back, if I can easily pull this hose out, which I can't, I think this one's pretty good. I think, well, it's a little loose. Maybe I'll pull this hose out and then put a little bit of, what is it called? Fix all, like around the plastic edge, Just kind of glue it in there, make it difficult to remove in the future. But I don't actually think this one's leaking. I might not even touch it. So it's gonna be hard to show this process, impossible actually, because I don't have any sort of a tripod for my camera phone. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some glue in the crack and then all around it, and then I'm gonna tape it. And then I'm gonna let it sit, and hopefully it can set up somewhat. And then once I get that done, which I've already cleaned this, I've already cleaned it with the brake clean, so it kind of dried it out really bad. That's not very good, but hopefully that'll make it stick. So time for this. Okay, I squeezed some into the crack. I don't know if you can see it or not. And then all the way around it just like that. Now what I'm going to do is smooth this out a little bit and then electric tape it. So there it is, all smoothed out. Now time to tape it. One precautionary thing I forgot to mention is check your tape and make sure it's any good. Mine was a little bit dry and brittle, but I went with it anyway. And as I was trying to stick the tape to it, it was basically just sliding all around, which was kind of a pain. That's why it ended up so ugly. And like I said, the electrical tape it's lost its flexibility and stretch. So what I'm gonna do is just let this sit and just pray that holds. Just pray. And then while I'm at it, just gonna drop my glue to where I can't reach it. That's amazing. Just gonna spray this and wipe it. Just like that. And as you'll see, it dries really quick, and then wipe it again. Try to get a dry spot on your paper towel, which I don't seem to have for some reason. Just kind of remove any residue that you can, and then retrieve your glue from where you carefully placed it, and hopefully I even have any left. Stuff is like setting up super quick for some reason, I guess because it's cold. Just gonna glue the living crap out of it because I don't want to replace these parts. There we go. If that was leaking before, it shouldn't now. If it does, I don't know. We'll see. But that's pretty much what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna hook them up and run it and see if it still does that same thing where it was rough idling and actually dying. Wouldn't stay running. If it still does it, then maybe I need to redo those or find some more vacuum leaks. But that's it for now, and then I'll update you later. Alright, real quick update before I let this video go. I just went ahead and glued all the way around it. Like I said, this stuff is not hard to remove or to deal with. If it doesn't help, you can just pretty much easily remove it. But I went ahead and glued it all the way around, and then there was another little pinhole right where that glue is. I just squished a bunch in it because I lost the cap and I just wasted a bunch of it. And then what I didn't waste there, I filled in a couple holes. So this car is literally glued together. Isn't that hilarious? I got a nice ass Eclipse over there, but this car is held together by glue. Peace.